I think most filmmakers are wondering, is the Aputure Amaran 60D or X better than the Godox ML60 or ML60 bicolor? Basically, they're a very similar light, and the big question is, which one should you get? I am not going to draw this out, but you should know Aputure did send me the 60D and X, but I also have been previously sent the Godox ML60 and ML60 bi. So here's the bottom line on these lights. Aputure and Godox both have very similar lights. The biggest difference is price. Aputure's is cheaper, Godox's is $100 more expensive for both lights. The second biggest difference is the mounting type for the light. Aputure's is a Bowens mount light, while the Godox is a proprietary mount, and you'd have to buy an adapter to make it a Bowens mount light. The third difference has to do with the fan noise. Aputure's fan is always on and can't be turned off, while the Godox fan is an ultra-silent fan, can't be hardly heard, and has the option to be turned off but limit the light to 50% output. Now if you'd like to listen, here's a listen to the fans at full output. When it comes to controlling the lights, you can control it from the back of the light, of course. Both of them have an app, you can control it from the app, and the Godox ones are the only one that have a remote, which you can control the lights with, but you do have to purchase the remote separately. Bottom line is, I'm using these both the same exact way. They do pretty much the same exact things. Using them as a key light or rim light. I like using them for an overhead key light, for product video. Basically any way you would normally use a 60 watt output type light, that's how you would use these lights. Now I did use my spectrometer to get some readings on these lights, so here's a look at how bright these are and what they're capable of. Now I assume you're probably just wanting to know which one should you get. Based on my experience with these lights, here's my thoughts and recommendation. When it comes to using them, I prefer using both in a studio setting, but if I'm going to take one on the go, since that's what they're designed to be, is portable and convenient and compact, I would definitely pick the Godox ML60 or ML60 bi. The reason for this has to do with the case in which it comes in. Unfortunately, the Aputure light has a foam case with very specific cutouts for the items that go inside of it, making it really, really hard to get them back to the condition in which you first received them. I spent a lot of time wrestling with the gear trying to get it into the case so that the case can shut and lock properly. Whereas the Godox case has a little bit more space. You can even put some other accessories in there. It has a pouch on the front, Velcro straps on the top to attach a small light stand or even a small softbox if necessary, making the Godox ML60s a much better choice for portability and taking on the go. The Aputure is not as easy to break down and put away and then be on your way carrying everything with you in one hand. So that's why I say they're both great in the studio and they're completely equal in that department, but when you take them on the go, I think Godox is better. But otherwise, it might come down to price for you, and that makes Aputure the winner here. It's a great price tag, you're getting a great light out of it. If you're only using it in the studio, then you don't have to worry about the hassle of dealing with that case. Now this doesn't mean that the Godox ML60s are not good enough for studio or on the go. I think they're great for both. In fact, I really like the ML60s in a studio just because I know they're really, really quiet in comparison to the fact that Aputure does make a little bit more noise. So to sum it all up, they're both great lights. I recommend them both. Whichever one you choose to purchase, it's not a bad purchase decision. And I will leave links down in the description to make it really easy for you to get these lights. And if you use those links to make a purchase, it does support the channel and helps me do what I'm doing here. So I appreciate it when you do that. And if you have any other questions that I didn't hit for you, put them down in the comments. I will try to help you out. But otherwise, I'll just see you in the next video.